Hello and welcome back to the channel of Truth, Trust and Transparency. Today I have another deal review to go through with you today. This particular property was sent to somebody that I know by a buyer's agent that they have engaged, and they sent it on to me to say, hey Dave, what are your thoughts on this? Now, again, you're going to see my why, people ask me constantly, why do you shit on buyer's agents? To be honest, I try not to. I have friends that are buyer's agents, but the issue still remains is that so many unqualified buyer's agents are coming into the space. They are charging top dollar for a service they are not doing properly. You'll see in this deal review how quickly I disqualify this property, but for some reason they either don't do any due diligence, or they're too lazy, or they're too busy, or they're too churn and burn, or whatever it is. They, for some reason, want to charge you top money and do no homework and then have no repercussions. If your service is poor, I'm going to call it out. If your service and what you do is poor, I'm going to call it out, and I'm going to put it into a YouTube video like this, so that anyone that comes through and watches this video will know, at least when they're shopping in Shepparton, the first couple of due diligence points to be looking at, because for some reason the buyer's agents that are paid 25 grand to look at a deal aren't doing it. So let's jump into it, shall we? Sorry guys, I don't mean to be rude or anything, but it just pisses me off. Now, for those playing at home, the address, 43 Cameron Avenue, Shepparton, Victoria. It's a 3-bed, 1-bath, 1-car house. Let's have a look at the realestate.com listing. Now, first and foremost, the property was sold for $310,000 in 2023. That is quite a short amount of time to be holding onto a property, either as an owner-occupier or as an investor. So that's already a bit of an amber flag for me to say, that's a little bit strange. Why would someone only be owning a property for, March 2023? So for just over 2 years, doesn't really make sense. Let's have a quick high look at the photos. It's not doing much outside. Looks like it may be fibro weatherboard, concrete tiles. I do see a fireplace and carport. Inside, floorboards, cool. This I'm looking at automatically and saying, cool, it's got a brand new air conditioner, great. This is likely the lounge room. It's unfortunate that they would put a heater in front of the fireplace, but I guess as a investor, that is less risk. The floorboards could probably just do with a polish and re-lacquer. I'd paint that room, leave the window coverings, cool. To be honest, this can probably go. There's no need for an air conditioner, a heater, and another old aircon or heater. So that would be my initial thoughts from this room. Kitchen is, look, it is extremely old. It seems to have quite a big 6-burner stovetop, which is cool. It's because it's taken from this far back, I would assume that there's maybe some issues around leaking or just the quality of these cupboards. Timber benchtop in a kitchen's not a good idea, especially with water and food and that kind of stuff. So you might want to see what this can rent out for. If not, you're up for maybe a quick new IKEA or a Bunnings kitchen. The floor tells me as well that it needs to be sanded back. Now, the bathroom in this particular photo appears to be brand new or newly renovated. Now, I'll give you this as a bit of a tip and a hint if you are looking to purchase an investment property yourself and the bathroom looks newly renovated. I'd ascertain when it was renovated. If it was renovated in the last 2 years, I would be asking the owners or the real estate agent to obtain the waterproofing certificate, because I get that everyone loves to do DIY, but if you haven't got someone professional in there to do the waterproofing, it tells me you probably don't know what you're doing. I can tell by the arrangement of where the sink and where the mirror is that you may not have known what you're doing, and your waterproofing is going to be the same. No real comments for the bedrooms. Near new window coverings. This is quite old, but it looks to be still functional. Nothing wrong with that room after a paint. Nothing wrong with that room after a paint. Fan's a bit old, but play on, it's Shepparton. Same thing for the bathroom, potentially new bathroom tiles here. So I just want to know the waterproofing certificate. Backyard, we've got another We've got a car spot. Cool. Where's the water draining? Maybe from left to right. House isn't on a concrete slab. Not too much to note there. That's the front house. The next thing I always do is I jump in and have a look at the house from Google Maps. Now, it's important, and I'll give you a tip. When you're looking in Google Maps, you want to check the date in which the property was last, when the Google Maps truck last came past. In this particular instance, it's only May 2023, so that was when the last owners bought it. So automatically I can start to see it looks very similar. And here's your red flag here. Can you see the red flag in this video? The red flag, my friends, is going to be these two things here. It's a bus stop, pretty much right out the front. Now, why this is going to be an issue? Think of the noise that every time, and I look into it a little bit more, how many routes, how many buses. But for me, I wouldn't be buying a property that has a bus stop basically out the front. Why? You've got noise, you've got maybe valve issues, you've got excess traffic with the bus pulling up depending on how many times it comes. And it's right at the point where the bus is pulling up, it's putting on its air brakes, and then it's taking off again. So you have that acceleration noise. It's not just where if the bus stop was at the end of the street, you wouldn't really hear it accelerating or deaccelerating. It'd just be going past. Very big difference. So I don't like that there. Heaps green on this side of the street. Nothing else. Some small power lines and a tree on the median strip. But that's all we can tell from there. When I go into the Google Maps aerial view, I can see that is the street just south of Brawman. Brawman is the street that connects all the, BMX, athletics, sports stadium, and all that kind of stuff. And when we look at Shepparton, I'm already thinking, this is an issue, because I know if you're buying in Shepparton, Namurka Road is the main road that splits Shepparton essentially in half. If you're buying on the left-hand side of that road, then you are in a little bit of trouble, my friends. Why? Because this is a flood zone in here. So automatically, I need to check this out in a little bit more detail. The house that I checked out the other week on this deal review, it was in here, so it tells me it's pretty close and that could be an issue. Okay, so I bring up in a little bit more detail the map of Shepparton, and this is what I mean. This is that main road. I can see all the sports ground in here. Brawman was the street, and it tells me that that's flooding. This is the 1 in 100-year predicted flood map. Cool. The Goulburn River, by the way, has pretty much hit that amount, so you can rest assured that that's going to be it. Okay, but let's triangulate the flooding data across another one of these, across another flood map. SES flood map. Same again. I can see there Brawman. I can see Namurka Road. I can see the basketball stadium. It's all blue, baby. That's bad. And we'll also have a look at this flood map, which tells me we're talking about 43 Cameron Street. This is it right here. And if I move where my head is, that dark blue is between 0.5 to 0.8. So to me, it just tells me that once Shepparton floods again, which obviously is unavoidable, it is a natural disaster in which you cannot control, you would have an issue particularly purchasing this property. So I would say no. I mean, it's great proximity to everything, but look at Shepparton. Come over here. Come over to these sides. Now, I haven't even checked the public housing because it's already failed, and this is why, and I say to people all the time, why as a buyer's agent, can you tell me, would you send this through to a client when you haven't done probably the easiest level of due diligence on it? Why? Do you want the client to waste time and review it? Do you want the client to know you're getting the shitty off markets from the agents? Because I guarantee you the agent will know that this property has flooded or is in a flood zone. The agent will know that. That's why they try to sell it off markets. That's why off markets aren't the be all and end all. It's because they try to go, oh yeah, I've got this exclusive, you need to move quick. And there's buyer's agents that will buy this shit for clients. The client, as a client, I'm sitting at home. If a buyer's agent sends me through a property, I'm thinking, okay, the buyer's agent has vetted this and I'm just going to swipe through the photos and I'm going to look at the numbers. Imagine if you didn't do this DD. It's a 10-minute video, man. This is the issue I have with them. Why would you send this property to a client? It's shit. Come again, no deal. Anyway, guys, I hope you took some value from this. And if you're buying in Shepparton, please, let's wake up to ourselves a little bit and take what you've learned from this video into consideration when you are looking for a property in Shepparton. As always, I'll see you tomorrow.